If you never understood the term making your money work for you, well, this is the video for you. Now, this is a very broad term. How do you learn how to make money work for you? I'm going to break it down today, and we're going to specifically be focusing on dividend investing. This is only part 2 of the video. I'd like you to watch part 1, where I gave you the complete interest investment guide in South Africa, how you can be getting true passive income with interest. But today we're talking about all about dividends. And that's what we're going to be unpacking in this video. Hi, my name is Yolanda. I'm a wealth advisor. It is my goal on this platform to give you easy, actionable tips, content, and strategies that you can use to manage money well and build generational wealth. I am the founder of this platform, Financially Fabulous Females, and I am the director of Solomon Wealth Management. We are a boutique wealth management firm based in Durban, but we help South Africans all across the country with their money. We also help South Africans that are based outside South Africa as well, as long as you are a South African citizen. So if you need help with your financial planning, insurance, investments, retirement, estate planning, feel free to book a complimentary appointment. Click the link where you're watching this video, and I would love to sit with you one-on-one. So what is dividend investing? Well, basically, it's when you own a share in a company. Now, this could be a listed company, which is pretty easy to do, or an unlisted company, which is takes a little bit more effort. And when companies make a profit, it doesn't matter what their size is, but when they make a profit, they retain a portion. Maybe they retain everything, they reinvest it back into their businesses. But bigger, more established companies that have reached a little bit of a saturation point, they take a lot of their earnings and they distribute it to investors. This distribution is called a dividend. Now, this happens in unlisted companies as well. So if you are a business owner that is listening to this, if you have profits in your business that you want to retain in the financial year for further growth and expansion, you can do that. The balance you can distribute to your shareholders as a dividend. Well, you got to work with your accountant to do that. All right. So that dividend is distributed to the shareholders. Imagine a huge company that has thousands and thousands of shareholders, right? All of them get a piece of the profits of this company. It's very nice because you're not managing the day to day. You're not taking a lot of the risk other than the investment risk when you put your money in. You don't have to deal with employees. You don't have to deal with unions. You don't have to deal with taxes. It truly is a passive form of income. But how do you get started? How do you invest in these companies? Well, if you're earning this much, you got to learn to live off this much, and this much you got to invest. And this is why you're watching a video like this, because you want to learn how to invest. There's so many different options. This is just one option we're talking about. But essentially, you want a deficit in your income, right? You can't live off 100% of what you earn. Learn to live off less, and that portion that you have is a little bit extra. That's what you got to be investing in order to build wealth for the long term. But what do you invest in? Let's say you're already at the stage where you have this deficit with your income and expenses, and you have this little extra that you would like to invest. Where do you put it? How do you decide? Well, your first option is you can invest in listed shares, the ones that are listed on the JSE or any other stock exchange in the world. You can do that as a South African citizen. The pro of that is that it's super easy. You just put your money in there and it can do its thing. The downside is, especially if you're dealing with offshore shares, is one, you have to deal with offshore probate should you pass away. All right. And also the risk. So when you buy shares as an investment class, this is known as equities. Equities is the highest risk. All right, I would put crypto higher than equities, but equities is high risk. And a lot of people that I sit with one-on-one, they just cannot handle the risk of the equity market, the volatile ups and downs. A lot of people can't handle it. So that's one of the downsides in investing for dividends, is that risk. Can you stomach that up and down? So how do you decide what type of share that do you buy? How do you choose? You have such variety. Do we choose mining shares, retail shares, resource shares? All right. How do you choose which share to buy? Well, you got to have a little bit of an analytical mind when it comes to selecting shares, because there's a lot of nitty-gritty that you need to look at. For example, you got to understand the dividend yield. This tells you how much that you will be earning from the share as a percentage of the share price. But beware, the highest is not always the best. Sometimes when you look at the income statement of the company and they're offering you very high dividends, could be a little bit of a red flag. Why does this company looking to raise money so quickly? Why are they paying such high dividends when their financials are not quite right? Right. So you got to look and understand what those and numbers mean. The next thing you want to look at when selecting shares is the payout ratio. This is a percentage of the earnings that are paid out as dividends. A good range is around 40 to 60%. The next thing is the dividend history. Look for companies with a track record of good, solid, consistent dividend payouts. Discovery haven't been paying for a while. And I think they recently, in the last cycle, they did pay a dividend. But during the COVID times, things were tight. There were no dividends, right? So if you're looking for consistent dividends, make sure that there is a solid history of dividend paying companies before you invest. The next thing is the earnings growth. Is the company actually making enough money to pay dividends? You want to invest in a company that is profitable and growing. All right. And then you can invest in unlisted shares. For example, if a business owner, he's looking for a cash injection, can't get a loan, you can become an investor and a shareholder in that business. The problem with that is the risk as well. I mean, building a business in South Africa is not easy. Every quarter, we get these statistics of thousands and thousands of businesses that are just closing down in South Africa. So you got to be willing to stomach the risk. And depending on the contract you have in place with this business owner, maybe you have to be a silent partner, or if you can be an active partner, do you know anything about the business? The day to day, you could be clashing in terms of ideas when it comes to expanding and sales and operations and all of that. So you got to be hands on if you have that type of deal with a private company. But ideally, what I recommend is Unitrust and ETFs. This takes away all the analysis that you've got to do. So in South Africa, you have the option of various unit trusts and ETFs that basically invest in the top paying dividend stocks in the country and also internationally as well. So the portfolio manager, you pay the portfolio manager and he does all the work, all the analysis, all the modeling when he decides to buy a share to include in this portfolio. So there are funds in South Africa that will buy all of the top dividend paying shares in the country. They'll hold it in the fund. You as an investor can go and buy a unit in this fund. And as and when the dividends are paid to the fund, they are then distributed to the investors. Right? Lots of options, big variety. What I like about the Unitrust ETF space when it comes to dividend income is that all of that technical analysis is gone. You don't have to worry about it. Look, you do pay a fee, but it's truly passive. You don't have to be hands-on checking and reading. And especially if you're not a very analytical person, this can be a very tedious task. So investing in unit trusts and dividend ETFs can be a great solution. Now, I am a fit and proper South African financial advisor. However, the content of this video is not financial advice. This video and all of the other content that I produce is financial education. It's there to spur your thoughts for you to explore more and consider the various elements that can help you with your wealth building. If you're looking for one-on-one financial advice, please click the link where you're watching this video and I'll be happy to sit with you one-on-one. Please do not act on any of this content as financial advice because it's not, it's financial education. So what do you really need to know about dividend investing in South Africa? Well, I want you to consider the thing that very few people pay attention to, and that is taxes. In South Africa, when you buy shares in South Africa and you get paid a dividend, you have to pay dividend withholding tax. Now, so it's not paid directly by you. Whoever your broker is, they will pay it for you on your behalf using your tax number directly to SARS. You'll get a certificate where you'll understand what these taxes are. This dividend withholding tax used to be 15%, and now it's 20%. They're talking about increasing it. So please vote wisely. Don't vote for socialist governments that want to tax us to death. Okay? So they want to pick this up. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, it's at 20%. Keeping money is more important than making money because if you keep more of the money, you don't have to work as hard, or your money doesn't even have to work as hard to make more money, right? Because you have enough. And by understanding taxes and the tax implication, this is one great way in order for you to keep more money. And with the taxes on dividends being so low at only 20%, I mean, earning $1 million in dividends and earning $1 million as salary, you lose more when it's salary income, all right? Because we're taxed on a sliding scale, anywhere from 18 to 45%. And I think $1 million is about 41% tax, whereas $1 million in dividend income is 20% tax. So your income tax bracket is not affected by the dividend tax rate in South Africa. Everybody pays a flat fee. Who doesn't pay a flat fee? There are certain exempt organizations that are exempt from dividend withholding tax. For example, PTYs. That being said, doesn't mean you're not going to be taxed. You are going to be taxed because when you do your books for your year and you submit your financials and your tax submissions, you will be taxed on those profits at 27%. All right, if your business is making a profit. All right, so you don't pay that dividend withholding tax. You will be taxed according to the business tax rate of 27%. Another thing to consider is the offshore dividend tax. Depending where you're investing, everybody has a different rate. You got to know what that is. But usually, your stockbroker would be deducting those taxes and paying it to that local tax authority on your behalf. Okay, you can't be double taxed when it comes to dividends. So the South African government has arrangement with different countries, and the tax will be handled according to those arrangements. So you won't be double taxed. So how do you get started with this? One, you can get a stockbroker. Unfortunately, stockbrokers, they like playing with the big boys. They like big volumes of money. If you're somebody small trying to get this thing going, you can easily use a Fintech app. Click the link where you're watching this video and I'll link you to my preferred Fintech apps. Or you can speak to somebody like me. I'm a financial advisor. I do not hold a stockbroking license, but I do have a wide range of unitrusts and ETFs, dividend unitrusts and ETFs that I can advise you on. The benefit of working with an advisor is that I would give you comprehensive planning, not just focused investment planning. I will let you know how these shares and unitrusts and ETFs, how they impact your taxes, how they impact your estate liability. All right, those are things that you got to know. And if you're not working with an advisor, and if you don't know this information already, you're probably never going to know it. So take the time to sit with an advisor who can help you accordingly. If you don't have an advisor, please click the link where you're watching this video. I'd love to chat with you one-on-one. All right, and the bonus point, come to the end of the video. Here is the bonus point I want you to consider is when you get paid those dividends, got your dividend investment strategy going, you get paid those dividends, don't withdraw. All right, that's for later on in life when you want to sit and be laid back. All right, if you're in that hyper growth phase now, then you want those dividends reinvesting. All right, that's really the true power of compounding, because after you get your dividends, it stays within the investment, and the broker will then just buy more shares accordingly, more unit trusts accordingly, more ETFs accordingly. Right, that's where you want to be. That's the dream. That's really true compound interest. And then when you are ready, you can just reorganize your dividends to pay into your account. All right, you can do that. If you like this content, be sure to watch this video here, and you can learn more about investing in South Africa.